Welcome back, everybody. Today I spent a couple hours tweaking the weapons in Unreal Tournament 2004 using the Tweak Tool mod. Some of the weapons in the game I thought could use some changes from my experience, so I had some fun with it, and I found a happy medium for the weapons. Obviously, this is based on my experience and my opinion. Everybody has their own feelings on how the weapons perform. So this is just how I tweak them. So let's go into some instant action here. And we're just going to load up Antalis. It's a very good deathmatch map. I know where everything spawns in. This is one of the maps I'm the most familiar with. We're just going to have 10 bots. Put them on Novice to show off the weapon changes. Usually I play with Masterful or Adept. If I want to sweat, I'll go Inhuman. But just for this, Novice is fine. No goal score, no time limit. And let's jump into it. Now that we're in, let's get into the changes that I made for the weapons. So start off, I did nothing, actually, with the shield gun. I thought the shield gun was fine as is. If anything, I was debating on making the shield last longer. But honestly, it's pretty fine as is. For the assault rifle, I feel like the assault rifle in this game is not that great. It doesn't do enough damage on the primary fire, and it just feels like something that you don't want to use. So I made some changes, so it actually makes it a lot more fun to play with, and makes it a lot more useful. So I increased the primary damage by 3. I took away 20 damage from the grenades, the secondary fire, but in the trade-off of reducing damage of the grenade, I made it fly faster by adding plus 200 to the grenade speed value. So now the assault rifle just feels better. I mean, obviously, you're going to want to use another weapon over this if the opportunity presents itself, but it feels a lot better to use. It feels like your bullets are actually doing damage, and you're not shooting like BBs out of it. And they definitely fly a lot further, which is a nice trade-off for reducing the damage.
Excellent. Adrenaline full.
So next, we have the bio rifle. The bio rifle, I felt, wasn't too great. It wasn't the worst thing ever. I mean, the secondary fire charging up a goop shot, I think, was pretty good, but the primary firing of just firing them one at a time was pretty underpowered, mainly from the rate of fire. It's just very awkward tracking your shots and hitting somebody that's moving with it. So what I did was that I actually took away 4 damage from the primary firing, but I increased the rate of fire by 0.11. So even though it does less damage by firing this, you can see that it fires a lot faster. It just feels a lot easier to track your shots with it. I want to see if I can find some more ammo with it. Put this booster on, and let's go over here to grab. There we go. And there's some more ammo down here as well. It just feels a lot better. It feels a lot more consistent with the shots. This is, in my opinion, what I felt like the bio rifle should have been. But once again, that's just my opinion. So next, let me grab the shock rifle, and that will be the next one that I did just a few changes to. So for the shock rifle, the only things that I did to it was increase the damage of the secondary fire, this bubble, by 10, and I increased the overall firing rate of both primary and secondary firing by 0.05. So it's noticeable, but not
Perfect.
too noticeable, if you understand what I'm saying. It doesn't feel like you're firing rapidly, but it's definitely quicker. Actually, let me get more ammo for it. And the reason why I increase the damage of the shock bubble is because since the shock bubble is a projectile and it's harder to make hits with, if I can find ammo that spawns. Since it's, hold on a second, let me deal with this. Just kill me, if I can grab a new one. Since it's harder to hit somebody with a projectile compared to an actual beam, that's why I decided to increase the damage of it. And plus, that's very similar to how it performs in Unreal Tournament 3, which I really do like the shock rifle in that game. Let me actually grab this. It just feels a lot more impactful now that this is increased damage. I did no changes with the shock combo. I feel like the shock combo is perfect as is. So now, let's go to the other side of the map and grab the Link Gun, which is by far one of my favorite weapon changes that I've made.
Adrenaline full.
So for the Link Gun, I felt the Link Gun was not good at all. Mainly the primary firing. The secondary firing was overpowered, and I thought that it needed a little bit of tweak to just decrease in how good it was just a tiny bit. So what I did was that I increased the primary damage by 5. I decreased the secondary damage of the laser by 1, and I increased the rate of fire by 0.05. You don't really notice the damage change with the laser. It's still pretty overpowered, but you'll notice that when it's being used against you, or if you're in a fight with somebody and you're using it on them, there is that fractional chance that they will survive, as opposed to dying in a matter of seconds. And my favorite change for it is the primary firing. It fires faster, it does more damage. The primary firing actually feels useful now compared to how it was. Because, like the bio rifle, it just fired too slow, and it was very awkward at timing your shots and trying to hit people with it. So with this, I think I hit a happy middle point for it, where it's much more fun to use, and the primary fire just doesn't feel useless.
Adrenaline full.
So, let me go grab the minigun up here, and that is the next weapon that I did a few changes with as well. So for the minigun, I wanted it to be a little bit more balanced as to if you're going to use the primary fire, it should be less accurate. If you're using the secondary fire, it should be a lot more accurate. So I actually increased the secondary damage by 1. I decreased the primary accuracy by 0.02, and I increased the secondary accuracy by 0.01. So when using the primary fire, you won't really notice a whole much of change. Especially when you're close, but when you're far away like this, yeah, you'll notice a difference. Let me actually grab a new one, because I ran out of ammo yet again. But when you use a secondary shot, it's a whole lot more accurate, and I only changed it by 0.1. But it feels a lot more accurate for some reason. I mean, look at that. And now look at this. almost dead-on accuracy. I don't want it to be laser beam accurate, but it's just, even though I changed the value by just a tiny bit, it does definitely feel better. So this is much more effective at using at long range. Actually, I didn't want to use that yet. So now, let's go grab the flak cannon. See what the safe route is to get to it, because it's over here. Get rid of you. So for the flak cannon, it didn't really need much change. I just wanted to round the numbers up or down to have a nice even number. So for the flak cannon, I decreased each pellet damage by just 1. I increased the primary rate of fire by 0.04, and I increased the secondary rate of fire by 0.01. So they aren't super noticeable changes, even though I decreased the damage of the primary. You can't really tell a difference at all. And just a very slight increase in rate of fire. As for the rocket launcher, I actually did not do any changes for it. I thought the rocket launcher was in a very good spot for what it is and the purpose it serves. If anything, I was going to try to change it into how the rocket launcher in Unreal Tournament 99 is, where instead of charging up 3 rockets, I was going to almost give it more, somewhere between 4 and 6, just to see how it performs and how the spiral looks if I use more than 3 rockets. And if I were to increase the amount of rockets, I was going to decrease the damage by just a tiny bit. But for right now, the rocket launcher is unchanged, and I think is in a very nice position. So I'm going to have to go into a new game because the sniper isn't in this, but I made changes to the sniper and the lightning gun. The lightning gun, I actually added plus 5 damage, but decreased the rate of fire by 0.05. So I'm pretty sure this thing does a flat 75 damage on a body shot, and I think headshots are just double damage, because I cannot edit the value of headshots. So that's what I am assuming. So the damage is just slightly higher. It was already good as it is, but the trade-off is that now it actually fires slower between shots. And this is, of course, my favorite weapon in the game. I love this lightning gun. It is so much fun to use. Even just running around with it, just not even aiming. If you get some really nice headshots, it's extremely satisfying. Well, that wasn't a headshot, but see if I can get some headshots really quick before I move on to the next weapon here. No, I don't think I'm going to get lucky to get a headshot with it. It's still hard to get headshots without aiming, but when you do it, it just feels so nice. So I reload the game so that now I can show the sniper. In my opinion, I thought the sniper in this game was bad. It doesn't feel like a sniper in terms of how much damage it does. Considering the snipers in 99 and Unreal Tournament 3 deal more damage, So in order to make it better, I actually set the damage to what it is in Unreal Tournament 3, which is 70 as opposed to 60. Now, that's actually a very noticeable change, because there's times you can shoot people twice with the default stats for the sniper, and it won't kill them. If they have any armor, any extra health, which usually people have, 60 damage is just not enough. It made this gun just feel like I'm shooting a airsoft rifle. But now, I might actually fall in love with the sniper, because I love the sniper in Unreal Tournament 3 and 99. They were so satisfying to run around with and use.
Excellent.
So the stats I did was that I increased the damage by 10, making it from 60 to 70, and I'm guessing double damage, so it's 140 damage on a headshot. I increased the rate of fire by 0.03, so it fires faster, and I gave it plus 5 more ammo. So it actually competes very well with ammo capacity and overall use to the lightning gun. Since the lightning gun does 5 more damage, it just has a slightly slower firing rate compared to this gun. Which, one thing I want to do is actually find a way to really differentiate them. Because they're both snipers, they both serve a very similar purpose. So maybe there's a way I can change it so the lightning gun feels not like a sniper. I don't really know. I mean, I prefer the lightning gun, so I could always just keep the lightning gun in any mode that has snipers and just have fun with that. And plus, I think the lightning gun deals damage to vehicles too, so it serves that purpose as well. The final changes that I did can be shown in this mode. So I added 2 new features. Well, 1 feature and a buff to the link gun for this mode specifically. And I also changed the Avril slightly. So the only thing I did to the Avril is reduce the damage it does by 25. And the reason is because, since in this game there's not really anything that can be done to stop rockets from tracking towards you, especially if you're in, like, a Raptor, and somebody shoots a rocket at you, you better hope you can outrun it, because it's gonna get you. But now, doing 75 damage, I think it's a... Well, okay. He's already dead. I think it's a really good trade-off, since you can't really break the tracking in vehicles unless you break the line of sight of it. Because there's no flares or smokes or anything in this game like other games that have vehicles. There's no countermeasures. And this is actually perfect to show the next thing that I did. Let me actually deal damage to this vehicle, if I can, without dying by the tank right there. If he keeps doing damage to me, that'll be good. Now let me run into this pole here. So one thing I did do was I actually increased how quickly you repair things by 50%. So if you have like a Manta, a Scorpion, Raptor, something with low health, you're going to repair that thing quick. And when you're repairing a tank, it doesn't feel like it's taking a century to repair either. Which, how convenient, there's a tank right here. It's slow still, but it's noticeably quicker. And the other feature that I added to it, I'm not going to be able to do until I find a teammate. But essentially now you can heal teammates using the link gun. But first, let's go over here and find some teammates that I can heal and use it on. Easy as that. And the healing speed of this being increased also helps with building these as well. But that's all I have for you guys in this video. Just want to show some weapon tweaks that I made. I'm going to put in the description the weapon tweaks that I did. And I might also post the default. At the end of the video, I'll post the default weapon stats and the changes that I made. So that way you can see them side by side and get a really good idea as to how they changed. So, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've been having a lot of fun doing Unreal Tournament videos lately, since I've been heavily into this game. And I want to thank you guys for the positive feedback of the Unreal Tournament 3 video that I did. So, with all that being said, if you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and thank you for watching.